So yes, welcome to Coders Place YouTube channel. In this video we will see some important Java interview questions and answers for freshers. So let's get started. 1. What is Java? Java is a general-purpose class-based, object-oriented programming language designed for having lesser implementation dependencies. It is developed by James Gosling at Sun Microsystems and released in 1995. The first JDK 1.0 is released in January 23, 1996. 2. Uses of Java. 1. It is used for developing Android applications. 2. It helps us to create enterprise software. 3. It is also used to develop web applications. 4. It is used for big data analytics. 5. It is also used for server-side technologies like Apache, JBoss, Glassfish and etc. 3. Features of Java. 1. It is platform-independent language, means one Java program can be run in different operating systems. 2. It is open-source programming language. 3. It has huge amount of internal and external libraries. 4. It is pure object-oriented programming language. 5. It is fast and secure. 4. Why Java is not 100% object-oriented programming language? Java is not 100% object-oriented programming language because it uses primitive data types and it does not support multiple inheritance through classes. 5. What is JDK? JDK stands for Java Development Kit. It is a bundle of software development tools and supporting libraries combined with the Java runtime environment and Java virtual machine. It includes a compiler, Java application launcher, applet viewer and etc. 6. What is JVM? JVM stands for Java Virtual Machine. It provides a runtime environment to drive the Java code or applications and it converts Java bytecode into machine code. 7. What is JRE? JRE stands for Java Runtime Environment. It is a piece of software that is designed to run Java programs. 8. Compiler. It is a special program that translates a programming language's source code into machine code or bytecode. 9. What is class? Class is a user-defined blueprint or prototype from which objects are created. It represents the set of properties or methods that are common to all objects of one type. Following are the two types of class. 1. Inbuilt class. 2. Custom class. 10. Describe main method. Public static void main string args. Public, it is an access modifier, which specifies from where and who can access the method. Making the main method public makes it globally available. Static, it is a keyword. The main method is static so that the JVM can invoke it without instantiating the class. Void, void is also a keyword and it is used to specify that a method doesn't return anything. Main, it is the name of the main method and it is the identifier that the JVM looks for as the starting point of the Java program. String args, it stores Java command line arguments and is an array of type java.lang.string class. 11. What is object? Object is a basic unit of object-oriented programming and it represents the real-life entities. We can create multiple objects of a single class. 12. What are data types in Java? Data types are the declarations for variables. This determines the type and size of data associated with variables. It has two types. 1. Primitive data types. Primitive data types are the data types which are provided by Java itself. Java has 8 data types: boolean, char, int, long, float, double, byte, short. 2. Non-primitive data types. It is also known as user-defined data type. For example, string, array and etc. 13. What is variable? A variable is a container used to hold data. Each variable should be given a unique name. 14. What is global variable? The variables that are declared outside the given function are known as global variable. We can use it in different method of class as well as outside the class. It is also known as static variable. 15. What is local variable? A variable which is declared inside the function is known as local variable. It can be accessed within the function only. It is also known as instance variable. 16. What is constants? A constant is a variable in Java which has a fixed value and this value cannot be changed anywhere in the program. It can be achieved by using final keyword. 17. What are conditional statement? The conditional statements is nothing but if-else block. In this the if block is used to specify the code to be executed if the condition specified in it is true, otherwise the else block code will execute. Below is the correct syntax. 18. What are the loops? A loop is used for executing a block of statement repeatedly until a particular condition is satisfied. A loop consists of an initialization statement, termination statement and update statement. It has three types. First is for loop, second while loop and third do while loop. Below is the main difference of them and correct syntax. 19. What is package? Package is nothing but folder. It is used to represent group of classes, interfaces and sub-packages. The main purpose of this is to prevent naming conflicts. It has two types: inbuilt packages and user-defined packages. 20. What is jump statement? Jump statements are control statements that transfers execution control from one point to another point in the program. There are two jump statements in Java: break statement. The break statement is used to terminate the execution of the nearest looping statements. Continue statement. The continue statement pushes the next repetition of the loop to take place. 21. What is scanner? Scanner is a class of util package. It is used to take input from the user in the program. If we want to use scanner, then we have to import it and then create object of that scanner class. 22. Constructor in Java? Constructor is a special method in Java that is used to initialize objects. The constructor is called automatically when an object of a class is created. The constructor name must have the same name as that of the class. We can write multiple constructor in a single class. It has three types mainly. Default constructor. If we do not write any constructor, then only compiler will put constructor, and this constructor does not have any parameters. This constructor is known as default constructor. Default constructor is invisible for us. Parameterized constructor. A constructor that has parameters is known as parameterized constructor. We use parameterized constructor when we want to initialize fields of that class with our own values. Non-parameterized constructor. A constructor that has no parameters is known as non-parameterized constructor. 23. Explain this keyword. This is a reference variable which is used to refer the current object of that class. 24. Setter and getter in Java. Setter and getters are methods used to protect our data and make code more secure. By using setter we can set or update the values, and getter is used to return value. 25. What is secondary reference or has a relationship? If we create a reference of one class into another class, this process is known as secondary reference or has a relationship. 26. What is array? Array is an object which contains elements of similar data types. It is an index-based, which means first element of an array is stored at 0th index and second element of an array is stored at first index and so on. It has two types. First, one-dimensional array. It contains one row and one column or more than one column. This is the syntax of an one-dimensional array. Second one, multi-dimensional array. It contains more than one row and one column and it is similar to matrices. Below is the syntax of an multi-dimensional array. 27. Default superclass in Java. Object class is default superclass in Java. Every Java class is child of object class. 28. What is OOPS in Java? OOPS stands for Object-Oriented Programming. The purpose of this concept is language learning and understanding should be easy. It has 4 major pillars in Java. First, abstraction. Abstraction is nothing but showing the functionality to the user for simplicity and hiding the non-essential data or code from the user. For example, a man driving a car. The man only knows that pressing the accelerator will increase the speed of the car or pressing the brake will decrease the speed of the car, but he does not know about inner mechanism of this car. This is what abstraction is. Abstraction is achieved by interfaces and abstract classes. Second, encapsulation. Encapsulation is defined as wrapping up of data under a single unit. It is the mechanism that binds together the data and the code it manipulates. It can be achieved by declaring all variables in a class as private and writing public methods in a class to set and get the values of the variables. Third, polymorphism. Polymorphism means one name many form. It gives us the ability to redefine a function and create it with completely new definition. For example, a person who at the same time can have different characteristics. Like a man at the same time is a father, brother, uncle and etc. We can perform polymorphism by using method overloading and method overriding. It has two types. First one is compile-time polymorphism. It is also known as static polymorphism. This type of polymorphism is achieved by function overloading. In this, every decision is happen at compile time. Second one is runtime polymorphism. It is also known as dynamic polymorphism. It is a process in which a function called the overridden method resolved at runtime. It can be achieved by method overriding. Fourth, inheritance. It is a mechanism in Java by which one class is allowed to inherit the feature of another class. The class whose features are inherited is known as superclass and the class who inherit the features of another class is known as subclass. Extends keyword is used for inheritance in Java. It has 5 types mainly. 1. Single inheritance. In single inheritance, one subclass is allowed to inherit the feature of one superclass. 2. Multi-level inheritance. In multi-level inheritance, a subclass will be inheriting a superclass and as well as the subclass also acts as a superclass for another class. 3. Multiple inheritance. In multiple inheritance, one subclass is allowed to have more than one superclass and inherit the features of all parent classes. But Java doesn't support multiple inheritance in classes. We can achieve multiple inheritance through interfaces. 4. Hierarchical inheritance. In hierarchical inheritance, one class serves the role of superclass for more than one subclass. 5. Hybrid inheritance. Hybrid inheritance is the mix of multiple and hierarchical inheritance. Since Java doesn't support multiple inheritance with classes, hybrid inheritance is also not possible with classes. It can be achieved through interfaces. 29. What is super in Java? Super is a keyword in Java used to refer the parent class object. Every constructor's by default first line is super keyword. 30. What is final? Final is a keyword used to make class, methods and variables non-changeable. After making class as final we cannot inherit that class and by using final keyword we can achieve constant in Java. 31. What is overloading? When we have multiple methods with same name but different parameters in a class, this is known as method overloading. We can overload static, final and private methods. 32. What is overriding? Overriding is a feature that allows a child class to provide a specific implementation for a method which is already provided by one of its parent class. @override annotation is used for overriding. 33. What is narrowing and widening? Narrowing, converting a higher data type into a lower data type is known as narrowing. Widening, converting a lower data type into a higher data type is known as widening. 34. ToString method in Java? The ToString method is present in object class. It is used to return a string representation of an object. If any object is printed, the ToString method is internally invoked by Java compiler, else the user implemented ToString method is called. 35. What is recursion? The process in which a function calls itself directly or indirectly is known as recursion, and the corresponding function is known as recursive function. 36. File handling in Java? File handling in Java implies reading and writing data to a file. The file class from java.io package allows us to work with different formats of files. The create an U file, can read, can write, delete methods are widely used in file handling. 37. What is API? API stands for Application Programming Interface. It is a bunch of rules and guidelines. The main purpose of API is to provide common uniform. It has 3 different types: inbuilt API, open specification API and third-party API. 38. What is interface? An interface in Java is a blueprint of class. It has only abstract methods, not method body. It is used to achieve abstraction and multiple inheritance in Java. Interface is declared by using interface keyword, and by using implements keyword we can extend interface. One class can implement multiple interfaces, and interface can extend multiple interfaces by using extends keyword. 39. Why Java class does not support multiple inheritance? There is a chances of ambiguous error because of that Java class does not support multiple inheritance. 40. What is join method? If the join method is called as thread instance, the currently running thread will block until the thread instance has finished executing. 41. What is marker interface or tag interface? A marker interface is an interface that doesn't have any methods or constants inside it. It is used for decision-making purpose. Examples of marker interface are serializable, clonable, and remote interface. All these interfaces are empty interface. 42. What is abstract class? An abstract keyword is used to create abstract class. It may have both abstract methods and non-abstract methods. We can declare classes and methods as abstract. The abstract method ends with n semicolon. 43. What is access modifiers? Access modifiers are used to restrict the scope of a class and members of class. It has 4 types. 1. Default access modifier. When no access modifier is specified for a class and for members of class, it is said to be having default access modifier by default. It is accessible within the same package only. 2. Public access modifier. The public access modifier is specified using keyword public. It can be accessible anywhere in the program. 3. Private access modifier. The private access modifier is specified using keyword private. It can be accessed within the class only. 4. Protected access modifier. The protected access modifier is specified using keyword protected. It is accessible from within the package and subclasses in different packages. 44. Multithreading in Java. It is a process of executing 2 or more threads simultaneously for maximum utilization of the CPU. Each task or each part of such program is called as thread. And thread is a lightweight process. 45. What is exception handling? Exception handling in Java is one of the effective means to handle the runtime errors, so that the regular flow of the program will be preserved. It is a mechanism to handle the runtime errors such as class not found exception, SQL exception, IO exception, remote exception, and etc. Exception is an unwanted or unexpected event which will disturb the normal flow of program. It has 2 types. 1. Built-in exception. In built-in it has 2 types. First one is checked exception. And second one is unchecked exception. 2. User-defined exception. 46. Major reasons why exception occurs. 1. Invalid user input. 2. Opening an unavailable file. 3. Code errors. 4. Network failures. 5. Device failures. 47. What is synchronization? In multi-threading application there is a chances of data inconsistency problem. For avoiding data inconsistency problem we need to apply lock, and for applying lock we will use synchronized keyword. Synchronization means at a time one thread will execute, rest of thread will wait. 48. What is map? The map interface represents the mapping between a key and a value. It contains only unique keys, not duplicate keys, and each key is mapped at most one value. In hash map and linked hash map it allows null key and null values. 49. Difference between sleep and wait method. First point. Wait method belongs to object class. Sleep method belongs to thread class. Second point. Through wait method running thread will wait until time interval as well as till notify and till notify all will get called. Through sleep method running thread will wait until time interval. Third point. Wait method is non-static method. Sleep method is static method. Fourth point. Wait method release lock during synchronization. Sleep method doesn't release lock during synchronization. 50. What is yield method? Through yield method running thread will wait, but it will depend on thread priority. If running thread priority is less than waiting thread priority, then running thread will come into the waiting state. Otherwise running thread will continue their work. 51. Exception handling keywords. For exception handling we have 5 keywords. 1. Try. The try block contains a set of statements where an exception can occur. Once the exception is occur inside try block, remaining line of code of try block will not be executed. If there is problem inside try block, then only catch block code will executed, otherwise catch block code will skip. 2. Catch. The catch block is used to handle the uncertain conditions of try block. The try block is always followed by catch block. We can write multiple catch block for single try block. 3. Finally, the finally block contains a set of statements which is needed to be executed compulsory. If there is a problem inside try block or there is no problem inside try block, the finally block code always executed. We can write finally only once after try or catch block. 4. Throw. The throw keyword is used to transfer the control from try block to catch block. 5. Throws. The throws keyword is used for exception handling without try and catch block. It specifies the exceptions that a method can throw to the caller and does not handle itself. 52. What is collection framework? Collection, it means any group of individual objects which are represented as a single unit, and a framework is a set of interfaces and classes which provides ready-made architecture. 53. What is list interface? The list interface in Java provides a way to store the ordered collection of objects. It is a child interface of collection and line list duplicates values can be stored. Following are the implementation classes of list. 1. Array list. It is implemented in the collection framework, provides us with dynamic arrays in Java. 2. Linked list. It is a linear data structure where the elements are not stored in contiguous locations and every element is separate object with a data part and address part. 3. Vector. Vector implements a dynamic array, that means it can grow or shrink as required. 54. What is set interface? Set interface is an unordered collection of objects in which duplicates value cannot be stored. Following are the implementation classes of set. 1. Hash set. The objects that we insert into hash set do not guarantee to be inserted in the same order. It allows insertion of null elements. 2. Linked hash set. It is an ordered version of hash set that maintains a doubly linked list across all elements. When the iteration order is needed to be maintained, this class is used. 3. Tree set. It behaves like a simple set with the exception that it stores elements in a sorted format. If you prepare this well, then you will be able to easily crack the interview. Thank you for watching us and subscribe for more.
खत्म।